8:50 in the other room.
So we're going in there?
Yeah.
We need a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Everyone in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. All right, let's go next door.
Do we need to
Okay.
do we first of all need to report what just happened?
Yes. I don't have my numbers, but yes, I can do it off the top of my head.
Okay.
No, I'm not doing it off the top of my head.
Okay.
Not today. Okay. They had a ballot jam. We found the ballot that they ran through twice. We are still off by one. We're going to try to find where this one is. We've gone in and subtracted the votes and added the undervotes or whatever needed to be added
From the one.
What
from
changed?
the one.
From the one that we know went twice.
Yes. What changed?
Uh-huh.
The mayor's race,
Okay.
city council 3 and 4.
Couldn't both have changed unless we changed both of them. Did we take them both out?
Yeah. Mhm. The mayor lost 2.
So 1,
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit confused now.
4,
Why?
6, 7.
The election day, the tabular counted 324.
Right.
And today we counted,
323.
so that we should only be taking one ballot out.
We have, but it added an undervote into the mayor's contest that it didn't have election
Okay,
day.
that's not the issue. You said we have a vote to adjust in each of the council races,
Right.
but we only took one ballot out, so how could we have 2 council races that are adjusted?
Well, she's right, she's right.
Yeah, I know. But I'm looking at the numbers. Let me see. There's an undervote for the mayor. Oh, there was a blank ballot election day that didn't count on election day but counted here.
Because
They read differently
okay,
from one
it's
machine
just
to the other.
it's just a sensitivity on when the machine
Yeah,
was read.
Yeah, and I don't know which,
So
but if I had to guess, it would be in the District 4 race.
to
Green.
review, 324 were counted on election day. 322 counted today.
323.
23 counted today. So we only adjusted out one ballot.
Right.
And we have one hanging out there that's been counted, but we don't know why.
We don't know why.
We don't know who
We don't know where it
where it
goes.
came from.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
the 5 of us have decided to give you the peace and quiet to figure it out until tomorrow.
Okay, good.
Right?
It's gonna take that long,
Okay.
if I figure it out.
Considering the closest race in this particular district was hundreds of votes,
Yeah.
we're not going to require you to be up after midnight.
All right, in this case, I will entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So moved?
Second.
Everyone in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
It is unanimous. Pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I will entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved?
Second.
I just said that. Everybody in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Madam Deputy Director / Absentee Officer.
So I have some I want to present to the board just for y'all to review. They came in after Election Day, and they were not postmarked. So according to the rules,
We don't have a choice, right?
yes, you do not.
I just
mean,
have to say-
have to, if you want to look at them.
I just have to say, this is, I know this, it doesn't sit well with any of us, but at the same time, we know that we have a new law coming in next year where ballots have to be received by Election Day. I actually think that's going to allow more people to have their ballots counted, believe it or not, because people aren't going to rely on thinking that their ballot's going to be postmarked when they. I had a discussion about this a couple days ago with somebody who has voted absentee, and they didn't know that you had to ask for a postmark. So we're ending up with all these people who think they're getting their ballots in on time because they mail them by Election Day. They'll just mail them earlier, and we'll actually get to count them.
I just think it's ridiculous that something arrives the morning after the election. I mean, they must have mailed it before the election.
There has to be a rule
But
someplace.
if the rule is we can't accept it, then we can't accept it.
7. Has to be a rule, so the rule's now been changed. But not for this election.
Not for the better.
Not for the, well, I actually think it'll straighten people out.
I know, and you and I disagree
Yeah.
on that, but.
Well, I think those probably would have been mailed in time to count.
Or possible.
Well, that's what they don't get, though.
What's the next thing?
So those can't be counted.
They can't.
They can't.
So why are we looking at them?
Because you have to not approve them.
We have to not approve them.
There's 7.
I make a motion to not approve the 7 ballots received after Election Day without a postmark.
I second it.
Everyone in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous.
Aye.
And you said there was 7, right?
Yes. I have 8 that have exception forms. 7 of them, the exception form is on the outside of the envelope, and they are all received with postmarks. And 1, it appears to be on the inside of the envelope, but we'll have to find out. That's all I know. Those are-
I don't want to interrupt your flow, but the 7 that we just did not approve, did all of those arrive on the 8th?
No.
Okay.
The 8th, the 9th, the 13th,
So that one
14th.
would have counted anyway.
This one is postmarked November 7th, but it was received after the 13th deadline, which was the
Okay, yeah.
14th, so
Gotcha.
Yeah, gotcha.
it's
So
after the
6 of
deadline.
them. Okay.
Who knows if you mail a letter to Cumberland County, how long does it take to get across town?
It goes to
It
Charlotte.
has to go to Charlotte and come back.
Which
7
makes no
days.
sense.
How many days?
7 days. The last I received something that was mailed in Fayetteville, and I got it in 7 days. It took 7 days.
Yeah, because it goes, all the mail goes from Fayetteville to Charlotte and then comes back to
So
Fayetteville.
the one that was postmarked on Election Day and received.
The
af-
14th.
The 14th, that's, I'm just putting
That
in my
makes
notes.
absolutely no sense.
Not at all.
The my husband got something from ABC Supply. It's like a cookout they were gonna have, and you had to RSVP by that Friday. Well, we didn't get it till Monday, and it was mailed on the previous Monday, and we didn't get it till the next Monday.
So do we have to approve those separately? The one that with the exception form that may or may not be inside?
Yeah,
Well,
we can go ahead and approve it, and then we can always reconsider it if
Okay.
it doesn't have it in it.
What was the point in the ballots had to be there the day of? What was the point in doing that? Anybody got an idea?
You want my personal opinion or my?
Just curious.
I cannot hear
I
a
don't,
meeting.
I don't know that there's a reason stated, but I'm telling you that whatever the reason was for the law, I think it's gonna work to the advantage of voters who are not gonna count on them arriving within those 3 days with a postmark, and so they're just gonna mail them in time for us to get them in most cases. I think people are being misled by the fact that they think they're gonna get a postmark on those when they drop them in the mail. Somebody said that to me, but if you take it, isn't it like your tax return? If you take it on the day, it gets postmarked? I said, no, it's just not anymore.
I think whether that's a good idea or not depends on which side of the table you sit on. You know, I think there's some rules we can all agree on, and I think this one may just be one that we don't.
It doesn't matter, it's the law.
Not yet.
We have it.
I mean, but the person who made the law there was a reason for it. I'm just
Yes, they have a
curious.
supermajority and they don't,
They don't,
Once you go to Raleigh, you're smarter than everybody else.
that one I
I-
can subscribe to.
I love this laugh. I love
And I
it.
just,
So those are all those exception forms. How many of, those are 6 of them that say they,
yes,
those are 6 of them that say that they
those
provide
ballots that are not gonna be counted, do we send them back to the people?
No,
What do we
we
do?
box them up.
What do
We
you do?
box them up and store 'em.
So they won't know if they vote counted or did counted.
Not unless they check their voter history.
So let me say something, please. So those 6 did not provided an ID number because they couldn't get a photocopy made. This one is different.
Right.
It says I can't get a photo ID, so I think it's a separate category, and as we approve them, I just think we need to approve it separately from others.
I think the people ought to be notified that their vote didn't count.
No, when you send in an absentee ballot, you have access to the portal where you can follow your ballot. And at the end of that journey, it tells you whether your ballot was accepted or not accepted. The only thing is, you have to go check, right? So if they go check, they will know.
Which is better than it used to be throughout history, they didn't know.
I don't know, this sounds messed up to me.
All right, so we have 8 with exception forms, correct?
We're all getting used to it, but the kind of
We have a
good thing
total
is
of
we have
8.
very few.
that have, and, well, we have a total of 8 with exception forms, depending on if that one has it inside. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that have the exception form, but they included either the last 4 of their social or a North Carolina driver's license or a DMV ID number. So-
Because their exception was because they couldn't get a photocopy.
Right.
I make a motion to approve the 6 ballots that came in with exception forms because they could not get a photocopy made and they provided an ID.
Second.
Everyone in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous.
And then you have the one that says, due to work or school, I suffer from reasonable impediment selected below that prevents me from including a copy of photo ID.
No,
And it says I cannot get photo ID due to work or school schedule.
does it say I cannot obtain?
It just says I cannot get photo ID due to,
Okay.
they check the box, work or school
So
schedule.
this is a person who says they can't obtain a photo ID.
Okay, I need a motion as to that ballot, please.
So
We have to accept it, you know.
that's what I
No,
was gonna
that's not
ask.
true.
What-
That's why we
what-
vote
what-
on it.
What, them providing numbers,
Yes.
social security, your ID, numbers, those are checkable things. Are
Yes.
those acceptable?
Yes,
Yes.
We
yes.
already voted on those.
He's
I'm
just asking, yeah,
for-
if,
So I can know.
yeah,
I ask the questions so they
because
can know.
I verified in Seams, when these people registered to vote, they provided one of those or both of those ID
But
numbers.
the one we're talking
But
about,
this one, I do not know because they didn't provide
they didn't provide
anything.
either one of those?
Right.
Okay.
They're stating they cannot get a photo ID. Not that they can't make a photocopy of it. It says I cannot get photo ID. So I don't know if they would have, I mean,
Can we see that one again?
yep,
I want to see it too.
Were they handicapped or something?
It says they,
it says worker
it
school.
says they either go to work or school.
Work or school.
No other explanation at all?
No, the explanation is,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
got that.
yeah, it's just whatever box they decide to check. I mean, it's,
And what's the question? We're trying to decide whether to count it or not. If the guy was trying to vote, I'd give it to him.
Well, we're required to, as long as we don't have any reason to believe that's a false statement.
I don't have no reason to believe it's a false statement.
Neither.
I need somebody to make a motion.
I move.
Second.
Second. All right, everyone in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. And then we have the one where the exception form may be inside the envelope.
Yes.
Okay? Does somebody want to make a motion?
Or do you want to open it?
Do you
and
want to
see?
open it and see?
Yeah, open it and see.
I don't have any. You gotta change these before we can get an actual number.
Yes. It is.
It is.
I thought I seen something yellow.
Okay, that's cool.
And they gave the last four of their social,
Okay.
but also said they can't. I think people misunderstand. It says I cannot get photo ID due to disability or illness. Maybe they don't have a photo ID, but they do have the last four of their social, which doesn't include your picture, so that may be all they have.
My personal opinion is that they need to work on these exception forms before next year, because I think the voters really truly don't either understand them or understand the two separate things they're saying. I can't copy it or can't get it.
Now, does that one need a motion to approve, or we already approved it?
No, we need a motion for this.
All right, a motion that we approve that.
Second.
Everyone in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous? Linda, you said aye, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's it?
No.
No,
That's up for
that's
the
for
exception.
those, that's for the exception forms. Then we have 13 civilian that were returned with a photo ID,
Okay, that's good.
and they are all valid. They're all received timely with postmarks. I recommend that the board would approve those 13.
13.
I don't know why I'm looking at it with glasses.
There's nothing wrong.
Two pairs of glasses in the car. Two in my purse in the car.
What are
How
these?
about that?
Civilian.
I know.
You don't wanna mix them up with the ones
That's
you
what I
got back
thought.
and take care
I
of.
wonder where he is.
I can just get a button. It automatically does.
What did y'all see?
That's all I'm
Oh,
saying.
just
So they're
somebody-
somebody
Somebody voted.
automatically.
Somebody we recognize.
Somebody you know?
Yeah. I don't usually know him.
That was a big copy. Should all be like that, right?
Probably some of the issue there, most of these folks ain't got no printer they can do copy with, and they can't go nowhere.
So if we approve these, we will have approved 33. Is my number right or no?
No.
No, you
No.
still have
You
military
have
and
no-
overseas.
This is only 13 plus 8.
Right.
Or you were adding my number I gave you earlier.
Yeah.
But there's one that came in that didn't have to be duplicated.
All right, I need a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
I suspect you're moving to approve?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous?
Then I have 10 ballots that were received from military. 9 of those 10 were received electronically, and they were duplicated. And I have 3 overseas, and all 3 of those were received electronically.
So a total of 12. 13.
13.
I'm sorry, 13. Okay. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Everyone in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous?
Now we're up to 34.
34.
Is that it?
What did I say?
Yes, that is it.
Did I say 34?
Then probably just
Either.
flip flops.
Yeah.
Give them to me, Jonathan.
Those are mine too.
Yeah.
Okay. You can, if you want to take
I
those
will.
out, that'd be great.
It's creative.
Just set them out. I'll get them.
Okay.
Just the ballots.
Want me to pull some? Are these not split open
No,
yet?
they're not split up yet. You can give those to me. Is he sitting back there still?
Really, I'm not very good at
He's got
split
that.
open.
These already pulled up? Is that what it
Yes,
is?
that's why they're there, yes.
Who you talking about, State Bank, Robert?
Bill?
He's in the office.
Oh, I was gonna have him feed the ballots. Those are empty, okay. I think it's
Yeah, why do they?
When these are received
With
after
the-
election
oh,
day,
you
we
attach
have to
the
have the
I
postmark.
attach their envelope with their
Right.
postmark, so
That makes
it's the day it
sense.
was received.
I was
a little
wondering the same
bulkier.
thing.
Handle.
I was wondering the same.
These are empty, Linda.
Yes,
You got more?
yep,
So these need to be empty?
I don't think this will read.
these need to be emptied.
Oh, it's got a hole in it. Yeah.
Hole in it?
They pushed a pin through it too hard.
Make sure that one got counted.
What is that, 36?
Bring a sticker.
Why?
Put it on the
Because
back?
put the sticker behind it and blacken it.
Okay. An envelope. 2 envelopes. Envelopes.
You got 4 or 5 there. There are 4 or 5.
Excuse me.
I think I've already
Yeah, I
taken
have
one of
5.
yours.
I have
Okay.
5,
Put this one in last, just in case.
Put it in first.
First.
just in case. Okay, so we're starting at 0 on the machine, right?
I'll give y'all a clean provisional. Can I go ahead and do these? So we can make this change and I can give y'all a clean sheet, okay? We have 2 left that are pending. They do have exception forms. They say they applied for their ID but has not received it. This one actually said they lost their ID in a fire. And this one said they have applied and have not received their ID. So according to our guidelines, our memo, you are to approve these provisionals with the exception forms.
Can we see?
Yeah.
Those are 2 that have applied for IDs but did not get them.
Right, and one has actually lost his ID in the fire. And I have actually contacted the voters too.
And these are exception forms.
Mm-hmm.
You contacted them and you actually talked to them? Is that
I
what you're
wrote notes
saying?
on the back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Coming to get ID, it says.
I was trying to get him to come get an ID.
But he
just because his was burnt in a fire. That way he would have a voter ID for March.
This isn't the one that was lost in the fire. This is the one that was lost in the
Yeah,
fire,
one was
right?
lost in the fire. No, this one is lost in the fire.
Oh, he's applied for a new one, but-
Yes. They both have applied for new ones.
and this guy just plain lost his.
Mm-hmm.
So they're both lost.
Yes.
Wait a second.
And they're both eligible to vote in the election, and
Right.
they're in the right precinct, so.
I make a motion to accept the 2 ballots with exception forms with lost IDs.
Second.
Everyone in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you, ma'am. She's gonna get me the new list.
So we're up to 36, is that it then?
For those.
For
they're-
absentees?
Absentees are done.
Okay.
No, those were provisionals that we just did.
Yeah, the 2 were provisional.
Those 2
Oh,
were
you
just
did.
provisionals. Yeah, I wanted to get that because she needs to run the list so we can give y'all a clean
Gotcha.
list. Well, she said
We have a total of 55 provisionals, right?
57.
With those 2.
Yes. So we have 34.
Yay, thank you. mail out the absentees, part of the instructions on the absentees is the fact that they have to ask, they may have to ask for a postmark, right?
Yes.
It says that right on the instructions.
Because I don't think the post office postmarks anything.
It doesn't routinely
Not
anymore.
anymore.
Mm-mm.
And I think somebody said, I think Vicki said she's been to the post office before and needed something postmarked, and they said they just sling it in a certain bin for stuff that needs to be postmarked.
Postmarked.
So you had your glasses the whole time?
I thought I had one in this bag.
That's good, you found them at the end almost.
I can give y'all this, we can do the math. It's not my strong suit, but I can add to.
So the pending are the ones we just approved.
Right,
correct?
so it'll take your approved to 15. There are 36 not approved and 6 partials.
You're talking about recommended for approval and recommended.
Correct.
And the 36 not approved are because they're not registered, they don't leave.
There's a whole bunch. They're in the well, this doesn't break it down very easily. We got not approved because they're not in the municipality. 2 of them I know voted in the wrong municipality. They're in the city of Fayetteville, but they wanted to vote in Hope Mills.
No, they live in Hope Mills.
They live in Hope Mills but wanted to vote in Fayetteville. It was one of them. We got 4 of them that registered after the deadline. 16 of them just were not registered. 1 we have is previously removed. That's because she moved to another county.
Various things. You're going to
We've
put that
got,
out for us.
here, we've got 3 that had previously already voted.
Oh, my goodness. We have 3 provisional ballots where they've already voted in this election? So what do we do?
I've turned them over to the state.
Right.
2 of them voted early, and I did speak with them on the phone. They did not realize that it was the same election because they were so close together.
Yeah.
1 I was not able to get a hold of on the phone.
But they just get turned over to the state and.
They just get turned over to
And
the
what we know
state.
from the state is that unless it's something systemic or something troubling in
Unless they
terms
find out that they did it.
intentionally, or there's
there's nothing
or there's
they
a
really
group
do
of
to
them
them.
that did it together or something, there's
I
nothing
don't
they're
understand,
gonna
the
do.
16 that registered late,
No, 4.
Are you gonna give us a breakdown
Yes,
of that like
she
you
is.
usually do?
Yeah.
Okay.
4 registered after the deadline.
why not just go to early vote? Because after the deadline means they registered within 25 days of
During
the
early
election.
voting.
And 17 days of the election, because that's the only period where your registration wouldn't count.
That's
Right.
right.
Because on the 17th day,
That's
early
right.
voting starts and then it counts again.
That's right.
Okay.
And we had 6 that voted provisional because they did not have ID, and they had until 5 o'clock today to provide that ID. 2 of them did come in and get their IDs, so they were approved, and 4 of them did not bring that ID in to us.
So for the recommended, not approved, or, I wish we had the printouts so we could write on this.
She's coming.
She's got to make changes
Now
before
we
she
have to
can get-
remember it all to write it down.
No, it's broke
No,
out.
it's-
It's broke out.
Okay.
It's broke out for you. I just have my notes.
You just gave me a lot of social media material.
It's the 2 that voted in Fayetteville when they should have voted in Hope Mills that just blow my mind.
That's because they have a Fayetteville city.
Address, so they think they live in Fayetteville.
Yes.
Well, when I worked at the early voting site in Hope Mills, I had a lady, and I remember her to this day, I had a lady come in and said, and gave the address, lives in Fayetteville, and I said, I'm sorry, you can't vote in Hope Mills, so you live in Fayetteville. And she looks at me completely seriously and says, but I don't know anybody in Fayetteville. I know the people in Hope Mills. And I'm like,
It's like the people who come and get a primary ballot and they say, but the person I want to vote for isn't on this ballot.
Yeah.
Well, it's a different party. You only vote for the ones in your party. But that's not who I want to vote for. Then change your party. It doesn't seem complicated, but obviously it is for some people.
Actually, I think it is very complicated because we're giving people all these rules. The rules change constantly. They've changed in the past few years constantly. So,
But not the rules we're talking about.
no, but if you're like us, right? Maybe not like Mr. Baker, but maybe like the rest of us who like live and breathe this stuff. Mr. Baker has a life. The rest of us kind of don't. I mean, I'm very interested and I sometimes have to double check because I'm like, wait a minute. Was that last year? Was it this year? Or was it? I think it can get very confusing.
Well, we had very few exception forms out of the number of people that voted in this election. So apparently it's pretty straightforward for most people.
I mean, my husband said during the primary, when do we go vote? I said, no, you don't go vote. You have to wait till November. We're not going to ask Bill for the numbers because if we ask him for the numbers, he's not going to give them to us.
Why isn't he?
Huh?
What do you mean?
The more often you ask him, the more he's going to make you
Oh.
wait.
Check on Miss Edmonds.
Hmm?
Check on Miss Edmonds.
You didn't call him?
No, I did not.
Oh.
I should have.
Well, you have a few minutes. Why don't you go call him?
Irene, at least he just makes you wait. He charges me $1 when I ask him for numbers.
Somebody called Angie earlier and said she got a check and she wanted to know if that's the October election or the November election. And I'm sitting there thinking, it's the 16th of November, it's not the November election.
Oh, tell Vicki I got her stuff.
Okay?
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is the form that makes my head spin every day.
It
I
gets
know,
me,
mine
I have
too.
to concentrate on it. It's,
I can throw this one away, right? The one you gave us previously?
yeah. Just put those in the. No, that's part.
Oh, that's not.
That one.
Okay.
And your partials are because they voted in the wrong precinct.
Okay.
But we're good now. We got it.
So there's 57 total. Can we do this with one motion or no?
Yes.
No, we can't,
Why?
Huh?
because we have to approve some and not approve some.
Well, we can, as recommended by staff.
Yeah. Because this goes in with the minutes.
I just need somebody to make the motion.
What are we being asked to approve, first of all? The two that we did. And
What motion do you need? What motion do you need?
Approve the provisionals as presented.
Ideally, I would like to have a motion to have provisionals approved as recommended by staff.
can we identify them first, the recommendations? It looks like there are 4 recommended for not provided IDs, so those would be the people who did bring them in later.
No. Not approved, ID not provided. They did not bring it in.
Correct, there are 2 to be approved, though. They did bring it in?
They did.
Okay,
Yeah.
brought it in. And then we've got the partials. It looks like they're
It's easier, in my opinion, to go by this list versus trying to break it down this way, because it will just confuse people. 'Cause this list over here is confusing as it is.
So the partial and the approved,
Are the only thing that counts.
right,
Right,
2021.
correct.
And the partials are because they
They voted
voted
out
out
of
the
the
precinct, so
precinct.
like the mayor's race counts and the councilmen don't,
Right.
or women. Okay. And the 15,
Approved is because they were registered, we found them, they were in the right place,
Everything
or
was
and they
good.
were in the wrong place and still ended up getting the right ballot.
okay.
The 36 of them are not going to count.
Correct.
I make a motion to not approve the 36 ballots as approved by, as recommended by staff.
Second.
Okay. Everybody in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. All right, now I need a motion as to the,
Partials?
yeah, well,
I recommend that there 6 ballots be approved partially and counted in the precinct, counted for the mayor's race.
Second.
everyone in favor, please say aye.
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 Unanimous? Somebody needs to make the third motion?
Make a motion that we approve the 13 other.
15.
No, we already include 2, we already approved the 2 pending ones.
Yes, we did. Okay.
I make a motion that we approve the additional 13 ballots recommended by staff.
Second.
Everyone in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. Okay. Let's hit it.
Can I pause this? Are you gonna say something? Are you got something to say? Yes, it's good. I just turned it back on so it wouldn't freeze.
Did I miss one?
Do you know if any of the provisionals were in the municipalities that are close?
I looked, but I think there was one in Hope Mills.
We're still in recount, right? Is what you're saying? In all 3. So-
The other municipalities probably will not ask for one.
I think you're probably right, but
Yeah.
you never know. So I assume you round up when you take 1% of the votes cast because, right? It's 1 vote is a recount if they want it.
Yes. If
Or they could just, settle it among themselves.
And I even have reception in here. Oh, I may have jinxed it.
Spoke too soon. huh?
No. Did you know spell your last name?
No, I didn't.
I do it all the time.
Get ready to get 4 shots tomorrow.
It's not good.
We got 11 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes, I'm doing it after that, so
11 o'clock.
5 till.
All right, if you ain't early, you're late.
I wanted to ask you a question. When we came on the board, we got this, which was just a roster of everybody who works in the office with their email addresses and what they do. Can you update that for us?
Yes,
Appreciate it.
because our email addresses have changed.
That's right, all of them have changed. Plus, our people have changed.
Yes.
Are we almost got an 8th one again?
We're working on it.
I know. I mean, are we almost there?
Yes, we are almost there. That's yours.
I guess you're asking for adjournment?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.